Hello and welcome. I have got some Ericius, I think that's how you pronounce it, Ericius watercolour dots, and I'm going to be swatching those out. These are all watercolours that are vegan. They only contain a mix of soils and rock pigments and binder, so water, Arabic gum, vegetal glycerine and thyme oil. They come in these lovely little packs, and I got this lovely thank you. I will put a link to the paints below in the description. I have taken the ones out that were in this little pouch that just said thank you. So these were some extras that were sent for me. These were the ones that I paid for, I bought. So I'm going to do them all. And the idea is that I might see if they will go in these little slots here, maybe. We shall see. So I'm going to put this to one side for the minute. I'm going to need a brush. So I'm going to choose a brush and a water dropper just to activate the paints. So I think the brush that I will use will be my, should I use a small, no, we will use the Van Gogh size 8 for this. So let's first of all open the first one up, which is the Earth Pastels. Seems a shame to rip these, doesn't it, with their little hedgehogs on the front. So cute. So this little card tells me the colours that came in it, and here we have the colour dot. What does it say on the back? Oh, handmade paints implies that no two are the same. They have different properties. So because these are foraged and gone through a hand process, it says you can sometimes have noticed some differences in tinting strength and granulation and texture, but these are foraged, so this is why you know, it's just something that you need to accept when it comes to handmade foraged paints. So in this set we have got yellow ochre. I'm guessing that's that one. Okay, that one is the green, which is Verona green. That looks like the genuine indigo, and that looks like the raw umber. Those three could be quite difficult to work out, but that one looks like it's going to be the grey soil. So we have got burnt sienna, Venetian red and violet ochre. Burnt sienna in the middle, maybe. Venetian red and violet ochre. That looks kind of violet-y. I think that might be the violet ochre. Burnt sienna or Venetian. Burnt sienna and Venetian red. I think that's that way round. So let us move that one out the way, and let me just put some water on these. There we go. And let us give these a try. And we're going to start with our, let me move that one out the way actually. We will start with our yellow ochre. I will move that up a bit. Oh, this dot is moving about, so I think I can put them in that little container. Okay, yellow ochre. There we go, there is our yellow ochre. Now, which one did I say was burnt sienna? This one. I'm pretty sure. Please. Okay, burnt sienna. Then Venetian red. Very similar, but definitely got a more reddy tinge to that one. And then violet ochre, which I believe is this one. Might need to move my water a tad. Yep. Oh, I think we've cracked it. Then we've got Verona green. That one's quite pale. Can we get a bit more on the brush? It might just be that this is a low tinting strength. Very pale. Genuine indigo. These do look like nice earthy colours, don't they? Raw umber. What's this one up here? And then grey soil. Okay, so that is that card. I'm just going to move that one out the way so that we can move on to the set that's called Riparian. And it gives the same information on this set. Let's just open these up. Oops, put it up the right way. So in this set, we've got Mayan blue, green ochre, golden ochre, violetish umber, red hematite plus ochre, and mustard ochre. This is going to be tricky to see what's what. Okay, let's get some water on it. That one looks greenish. That's going to be our green ochre, I think. That one looks very dark. Hematite? Or could that be Mayan blue? No, Mayan blue? Oh gosh. I may have to do these. Sorry, I was just thinking aloud then. Sorry, thinking in my head. I may have to do these on. I need a little piece of paper to do these on, I think. All right, let's use this before I put them here because it's quite hard to tell what they are. Other than, I'm pretty sure. Right, let's start with this one. Yes, so that is definitely the green ochre. So we can pop that one in. It's got a greenish tinge to it. Okay. Golden ochre. Well, let's first of all see what this one is. That's blue. Right, okay. So that's definitely our Mayan blue. They haven't actually been labelled up. Red hematite and ochre, I think might be this one. Possibly. It's got a real red colour to it. Shall we risk it? I don't think it's golden ochre or mustard, and that's definitely not violetish. So that means that this one looks as though it might be a bit violetish. Possibly. And it looks like an umber. So, oops, we need a bit more on the brush. Violetish umber. So that means one of these is mustard and one of them is golden. That's mustard. Okay. I think that one's mustard. It's got kind of an orangey. Oh, well, I managed to do it without the piece of paper. And then this one will be our golden ochre. They are beautiful natural colours. Wow. I like all of them. Let's move on to, now this one on the back says the blues, but they don't all look blue to me. So I haven't been able to give these any names at all, unless I quickly look on their website and see if they've got one called the blues. Doesn't look like it. No, I can't actually see anything on there. So this possibly is some other set. But let's see what we've got here. Oh, wow. That is a beautifully berry colour. Beautiful berry colour. And then we've got the... Actually, I haven't re-wet these with the dropper. And they're re-wetting quite nicely. Oh, look at that. That is a very pretty pink. This looks like one of my colours. Wow, that's nice. And this one actually. So that's a kind of a aqua. And then this is a wisteria. It's a kind of a bluey, lavendery, wisteria type colour. But that is gorgeous. So that's those ones, which I will move out of the way. Then we've got the one called, oops, that one's kind of moved, but this is just called the Browns. There's nothing on the back. So there's one here that looks a bit like a buff titanium. Yeah, that looks like a buff titanium. Ooh. Maybe like a Mars violet, this one. And then let's see what we've got here. This is a brown. Well, it says the Browns, doesn't it? So let's see. There. Okay. It's shining a bit because of the water on it. I will bring these up when they are dry. And that just leaves this tiny one, ooh, that was called Mystica and Obscura. Mystica and Obscura. So they're probably the names of the two paints, but which way round they are, I don't know. Oh, that is pretty. Wow. That has got a couple of colours going on in it. And then this one, that's rather lovely as well. So that's grey, greeny. Yeah, very, very pretty. So I will bring these back in so that they are within shot. There we go. So, oh, we can't see that one, can we? There we go. Now we can, just about. Well, I'm very impressed with the way that they re-wet. Can't particularly smell the thyme oil. So, you know, some handmade paints will have a very strong clove or some other kind of smell to them. This has used thyme oil possibly, but I can't smell that in these. I'm thinking that the blues might not be all like foraged type colours, to be honest. I'm not so sure with maybe the browns are, but these have obviously been mixed Mystica and Obscura, and I can see that they are granulating as well. In fact, there is a little bit of granulation going on in what I thought was a buff titanium, but it's almost got some pink in it there, and this looks like it's very much going to granulate as well. Whatever colour this is, I think it looks like a Mars violet to me. But I'm going to dry these now, and then I'll bring them up to the camera so that you can see them a bit better. Right then, these are just about dry. So I'm going to bring these up a bit higher for you to have a better look. We have yellow ochre, burnt sienna, Venetian red, violet ochre, Verona green, which is the only one that's really pretty pale, to be honest. Genuine indigo, raw umber and grey soil. And then moving down, we have got Mayan blue, green ochre, golden ochre, violetish umber, red hematite plus ochre. I'm hoping I've got those the right way round. Mustard ochre. And then finally at the bottom here, where are we? There we go. With the blues, they have no names. But I think you can see with these browns, we've definitely got some granulation going on there with a couple of those. And then here we've got our Mystica and Obscura, and they've definitely got some two tones and granulation going on. There is some granulation in some of the others a little bit, I think, but not hugely, not a huge amount. So those are the Ericius watercolour dots that I have, and I think what I might do is I might see if I put them in that container. If I add a bit of water, they might then stick to the bottom, maybe. But I've only got room for 12, so I have to think which are my 12 that I'm going to put in there. So bear with me while I do that and put them in my container, and I will show you what I've done. Right, I am back, and I have pushed some of these dots into this very small palette. You can see there's some water in there as well. I'm hoping that that's going to work. I've made myself a little watercolour swatch card so that I know what I've got where. So I'm just going to fill that in. We've got a bit of a shine again, haven't we? Does it help if I there we go. Let's turn that off. There's our buff. So that was yellow ochre and buff. This is our genuine indigo. This is what I'm calling Mars Violet, but it didn't have a name. But it looks very much like Mars Violet to me. Then we've got our grey soil. And this was just called brown. It was from the brown card, but it's a very deep brown. I picked out mustard ochre. And the red hematite one. And then I rather liked the set that had got the berry, the aqua, what I'm calling wisteria. I did look on the website and there were many that she said she hasn't done enough of to even really give them names. Ooh, it's just that one needs a bit more. Okay, so I will bring that up so that you can, it's probably better that way actually, because then the light's not catching it. So those are the colours that I've decided to use. I can make some greens with the yellow plus a blue. And I think that they're rather lovely. I think I'll just add a bit to that berry because that came out, there we go, a little bit bland, didn't it? And I think that's quite a nice little palette. What I might do is use this palette in that way. So I will keep my watercolour dots and make them into little mini palettes like this. But obviously this has now got to spend a few days drying out. But yes, I'm very impressed with the way that they re-wet. I really like the colours. And overall, I'm very impressed with them. There aren't many choices. There's some little shells, I think. But when it comes to the paints, most of them are these watercolour dots. So that's why I think that they might be just perfect for something like this. When they've run out, I can maybe choose a similar type colour, and I can start using my colour dots in here. So I hope that that gives you a little bit of an overview of the Ericius watercolour paints that are all vegan, handmade, apart from these 4 colours and those 2. I think those 4 and those 2 are not kind of soils and rock pigments. I think she might have used other things for those, but I could be wrong, and hopefully if she sees this she will correct me. But I'm very happy with the earth pastels and the Riparian set, and I think it was rather lovely to have been given these other colour dots. I really like those browns. I think those 3 browns go really nicely together. Gosh, really pretty colours. So yes, maybe you might want to go and have a little look and have a good morning, afternoon or evening, whatever time of day you will be watching this. And I hope you have a lovely Easter break, if that's one that you celebrate. So thank you all very much, and I will see you next time.